Yeah.
Oh, that's without the
Okay,
black
you
light.
videotaping?
Yep.
Follow me, camera guy?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright, so we found this black light upstairs, and we're investigating the mystery of the dead person. Somebody's dead, and we need to figure out where he's hiding. So we're following marks on the walls, like this, looking for blood splatter. Looking for blood splatter. See things like this? That's definitely blood. You can tell how it runs all the way around along the ground. That's definitely blood. Oh, okay, good. It's Detective
Zachary.
All right, Zach Soli. What's that up there? Is that anything we should be looking out for?
Well, it looks like a compound substance that was probably applied there 3 months to 2 years ago. It's very hard to date those things without our technological equipment.
All right, well, thank you.
Look at those papers. Evidence!
We'll scan in each one of these papers individually, but we do that later.
Wait, is that blood on that wristband?
Zach, is that blood on the wristband?
Well, some people in different countries are known to use blood as dye, so I would not put it past them to make that with blood.
All right, so now all of these marks on the walls, you see as they run down. As we know, these are most likely blood splats.
Yes.
How do you suspect that they got like this?
Well, because you can see the motion of them going down, you can thereby conclude that there was obviously some sort of fight or
Right,
disgusting ritual
Right.
where they would splatter the blood and it would run down.
right.
If you notice the markings like here,
Yes.
my colleague Matt would be better equipped to explain these. So I'll give the floor to him.
This right here?
Yes, that was there.
I don't know.
Really?
But, most likely, it's toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
The suspect was brushing his teeth at the time of the murder
Oh,
and spitting upon the wall
wow.
in
That's
disgust.
that's really
The corpse.
it's really high tech information. Now notice the smudgings on the wall. We've noticed in past cases like these smudgings are likely face paints and dyes.
Face paints and dyes goes with what we believe to be maybe even a clown conspiracy.
Right, and we've had plenty of those in the past. We
Because you
don't
can
need
see
any
the
more.
stars. The stars represent many gypsy signs. So these could be circus performers that broke off from the circus and tried to bring back the gypsies.
Yes, and as you see, the fight gets a little bit more intense as it gets closer to the wall. Fights generally tend to go towards corners. If you stay in the center of the room, where else are you going to go except a corner?
Right.
So fights go towards the corner. Blood usually gets smeared also towards the corner just because it moves towards the corner and it usually ends in the corner.
There are markings that are more difficult that lead us to wonder what this really was. It's kind of the mystery of our occupation. That there are always going to be mysteries that we don't understand. And we hope that future studies will lead us to ways that we can discover and unravel what these really are.
Right. For example, this could be just an absent-minded splatter of blood from a loose punch, but more likely it could just be somebody rubbing a hand off to throw off the murder mystery. I mean,
Right.
you really never know in cases
Right.
like this. Let's move on. We can also see more evidence of that over on the walls over here. Notice that there's a strange marking, orange, unlike the ones we've seen before. We know from experience that orange markings aren't blood, but because of Zach's study, you can tell more about what these are.
We're not exactly sure. This could be somewhat hieroglyphic, as a message sent to other gypsies of what really happened. But since there are very few gypsy scholars in the world, we have a very hard time trying to translate what this could have meant.
This looks, for example, like the unfinished mark from the great gypsy tragedy in Denver, was it?
Yes.
Denver, yes.
Denver.
They found many markings similar to this, but with one extra scratch that went across the middle, which meant death, which also, if you read it upside down, means life. And that really just adds to the mystery about all this. Notice more, again, some of these radioactive spider webs from the radioactive spiders. We do believe that they indeed radioactivized the spiders to create more teenage mutants who can sling webs out of their wrists. We don't need more of those, and that's why we're trying to crack down on situations like this. Got one last final blow. This pretty much seals the case. Zach, you can tell more about this.
Well, you can see with the high impact here, here and here, and then the runoff, that this was probably the final stand of whomever was the unfortunate victim. Mm-hmm. And I would venture that this panel possibly has been tampered with since, because you can see very, very few markings, but markings all along the side, all the way down.
Right.
So it has probably been tampered with, but it was probably an abrasion here that caused the ultimate death.
Right, and you do notice the lighter spot on the floor.
Yes.
Where the head may have laid, but possibly dragged out of the room from there.
Yes. So this is a case where you first look at the murder scene, and then you expand to find out more about it.
Right. Most would immediately go to that original corner, which looked good except for the markings on the floor, which we did not find any. There still may have been covering on the floor, but most likely we're assuming this is the final murder area. The victim was probably dragged or thrown out of the room, and these were almost definitely gypsy clowns. Well, this has been our research. Keep looking more in the future. We'll be putting some more podcasts out, as well as some more research on blacklighting and
our web journals.
Mystery. Yep, web journals. And this was our. Thank you for joining us. Our guest speaker, Matt Carlson.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Find us on the web, www.light of truth.